Six Flags has a new leader as we close out 2025. That is right, the company has now just appointed someone to the brand new CEO spot for the company, which is great news. And you're about to learn why I'm very excited and think it will be a great fit. And then I'm going to tell you the top 10 things that he needs to fix ASAP. What is going on, everybody? It's Theme Park Brandon here, and what a way to start off the Thanksgiving week with this exciting news. And you're about to learn all about this guy. I'm really excited because he has theme park experience. I was really kind of concerned that they would hire someone from a different type of, company, like, a soft drink company or a packaging company or something else different, that someone that does not understand how theme parks work. That is not the case here. This guy does. So I'm really am intrigued by that. So let's get into this. The press release says Six Flags appoints John Reilly president and CEO of the new Six Flags. He is a proven leader with more than 30 years of theme park industry experience, and he's known for enhancing guest experience and a bunch of other great things. It says here that he succeeds Richard A. Zimmerman, who has previously announced on August 6, 2025, that he is stepping down as the company's president and CEO. Reilly brings more than 3 decades of in-depth experience in the amusement and recreational industry, with significant operation management and strategic growth expertise. He most recently served as Chief Executive Officer of Palace Entertainment, U.S., and Group Chief Operating Officer at Parques Reunidos. I know I just butchered that name, but just bear with me here. He's also served as the interim CEO and Chief Operating Officer at SeaWorld Parks Entertainment, so you can see this guy has a lot of different experience. Six Flags goes on to say, after a thorough search process, we are thrilled to have appointed an accomplished and experienced leader with the right skill set to enable Six Flags to reach its full potential. They go on to say John is joining at a critical moment for the company, following the merger of Six Flags and Cedar Fair last year. With a fresh set of eyes, combined with significant experience optimizing theme park operations and performances, we believe John will harness the best of both legacy companies and will turn around profit growth at our underperforming parks. Reilly then goes on to say, I'm honored to serve as Six Flags' next president and CEO and look forward to working with the board, leadership team, and talented associates to deliver results. The combination of Six Flags and Cedar Fair created an unrivaled collection of parks with immense opportunity, and I believe we can reach new heights and deliver significant near and long-term growth. I am excited to deliver even greater experiences for our guests and value to our shareholders. In my opinion, that's all great news. Again, I really think this is a solid fit overall. I just think that in the big picture, Six Flags needed someone to come in here running and already know how to operate and run theme parks. This guy obviously does. So let's talk about the 10 things that he needs to work on immediately, because some of this might shock you a little bit. Starting off with number 10, establish better relationships. Now, what do I mean by this? Well, this is maybe a coaster enthusiast inside of me, but it's also good business. But when you have a blacklist of companies that the parks aren't really working with due to past relationships of 10 to 15 years ago, I think it's time to squash all that. I'm talking RMC, Gerstlauer, or Intamin. The parks cannot just only operate and build new rides from B&M and Vekoma. And mock rides. We really need to work on working with these manufacturers and making sure that we are providing a great collection of rides and attractions that are all very diverse. That's really important for any major theme park, especially the larger parks. Number 9, bring back the Maverick Heartline roll. We saw La Toro Ryan drop a video on Friday night about it. I followed that on Saturday with my video sharing my thoughts regarding that. This would be great if Maverick does get retracked, which I'm sure it will. It makes sense for it. Add in the Heartline roll. That would be a great marketable new attraction, so to speak, for Cedar Point 427 or whatever they do it. Real fast, if you love Maverick like I do, you're going to love this. In that video that I made on Saturday, I released a new limited edition product on themeparkbrandon.com. This is my Making the Frontier Wilder one Heartline roll at a time tee. And I'm only selling 50 of these, and I only have 21 left. So if you love Cedar Point and Maverick and you want to save 20% off, then make sure that you use the code TPB20. And if you are interested in my other shirts as well as my posters and hoodies and other stuff, you still get the same discount on everything. Now, let's get to number 8 because it's a really good one as well. Making the shareholders happy. Whenever you have a large company like this is the ultimate goal. Like, you want to make sure they're happy and the board's happy. Everyone involved is happy. And whenever you have a giant merger like this, there's going to be things that's going to upset, consumers as well as the board and the shareholders. But you have to make sure that you do certain things right. So far, that has not really been the case. I'm really intrigued by how he's going to make the shareholders happy to make this company grow going forward. Number 7 is better communication. Now, what I mean by that is quite simple, really. Like, better communication, obviously within the parks, but also to the consumers. Whereas, hey, you know what? If we offer, let's say, Winterfest is going to be open till 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock at night, in the beginning of the year, keep that. Or, hey, we're going to be building a new roller coaster in 26, don't delay it. Now, obviously, I understand why they do these things. I don't really like it, but going forward, they can minimize some of those things. And I get it. As a company, you're going to have to make some changes you don't want to make. But in the big picture, this is just going to make the guest happier, and your season pass sales will not decline because of that. Number 6 is better marketing. Carowinds is my home park. I live around 30 minutes away, and there's hardly any billboards or marketing for Carowinds in the Charlotte area. In fact, there's actually more marketing for Dollywood than there is Carowinds, and that's really a shame. So I'm sure it's like that in other metros as well. So I really hope that every park gets a better marketing direction and budget so they can really get people to know about these parks and all the great special events and the value that they provide for people that want to go and have a great time to escape life and ride some rides and see some shows, etc. Number 5 is a good one. This is a huge consistency. Now, it's just been about a year since the merger is taking place. I get it. Nothing's going to be consistent right at first. I think this coming year, 26, will be very much different. I love that everything's going to be on the same meal plan and fast lane, etc. But the consistency needs to be there. What I'm talking about is, for example, the operations wise. On Fury and Thunderstriker, you cannot pull your clamshell restraint down until the attendant checks your seatbelt. Other parks, the Legacy Six Flags parks, that's not an issue. You can pull it down, no big deal. In fact, most of their rides, just like that, the B&M Hypers and Gigas, well, Hypers at Six Flags, they don't even check their seatbelts. They don't have seatbelts. So I really hope that the consistency improves in that area. Number 4 is giving up too quickly. A huge Winterfest at King's Dominion. My opinion, no reason to cancel it. Keeping the parks open up year round here in the Charlotte and King's Dominion actually too. For that 1 year, let's try it. Oh, it didn't work. We're canceling it. They don't try very hard as far as it's going to take time. It's like they just want to see results immediately, and it's never going to work that way. So I think that giving up on special events, giving up on, keeping the park open up year round or whatever else, they really need to see through it for a couple years to really improve it and implement things to make that better. Number 3 is start making more profits. Obviously, I don't think the $99 pass for all parks is going to do it. Who knows? But they got to find a way to make more profits because with the cost of employees, their wages as well as rides and all these other, everything costs a lot more money nowadays. And the price to get in the parks is basically the same it has been for years now. Some's got to change there. Number 2 is focus on the guest experience. There's so many times when guests get upset, and some are allowed to get upset as far as they have a good reason. Some are like, okay, hush, you're just being ridiculous now. But I think focusing on the guest experience at the parks, making sure the rides are open on time, the park looks clean, just little things, making sure that parking is a good situation and getting through security, making sure you're being communicated everything that you need to know before you go into the park. There's a lot of things that I witness, and I have not visited all the parks this year, but every park that I've visited, I can tell you that there's always been a couple issues along the lines of that right there. It's all about the guest experience, and I honestly think the product is there. It's just a matter of executing it and eliminating any type of potential issues that the guests could possibly have. Which brings me to number one. Before I share it, it's a sad one, honestly. Give the video a like if you liked it. If you did not like my video, please give it a like as well. I really appreciate it, and thank you so much for taking your time out of your day to watch this video. Number one, getting rid of parks fast. Now, we already know this is already a rumor. We've already seen the Six Flags say that they're planning on doing this. Now that we have a new CEO on board who has theme park experience, I think this is going to go even quicker now. It would not surprise me at all that we see a handful of parks operate as a Six Flags park their last year in 26. I think we'll start seeing announcements as early as the second or third quarter of next year about which parks are not going to be in the company. And the parks off the top of my head that I predict will not be within the Six Flags company come 2028, starting in basically 2 years, will be Worlds of Fun, Valley Fair, Six Flags Darien Lake, Frontier City, LaRonde. Let's see here. I think Six Flags Discovery Kingdom can flip-flop either way. Honestly, I hope it stays. Michigan's Adventure, Six Flags St. Louis, I think is gone as well. And then we have, let's see, I think the Great Escape's safe. New England's safe in my opinion. Obviously, all the major parks are safe. I know I'm forgetting a few. This is off the top. Mexico's safe. But I think in the big picture, you're going to have a lot of parks that are being sold. I think the goal would be to get down to around 12 parks that the company owns and operates and get out of the leases. I think that's the best sweet spot for Six Flags. And the good news for that is, once you get rid of parks, the parks that are in the current Six Flags chain will then get more rides and roller coasters. And speaking of roller coasters, if you're curious as to how all the tallest coasters in the Six Flags chain stack up and ranked, check out the video at the bottom of your screen. With that being said, what's your thoughts on this? Do you like this? Do you not like this? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. As always, this is Theme Park Brandon. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to smile today, think positive, and keep riding coasters.